In this episode of Live Arena Experiments, we're testing one of the most satisfying comps in the whole game. If you win fast. If you lose fast. Today we're running a bomb speed composition. And now let's be clear here, bomb teams are not a one comp beats all kind of strategy. If you've seen my video titled Bomb Teams Are Useless Against This Build, you already know that bombs aren't like unstoppable or meta breaking or anything like that. They have a lot. They have a lot of counters. We're talking about things like Niamhe, Marichka, Mithrala, high resistance builds, viral, untouchable immunity, cleansers, Mercurial set, shield stacking, bolster, shield says passive shields like faster speed teams, lockouts. The list just goes on and on and on, right? Um, so why do we run bomb teams? Because when it works, it's one of the most satisfying wins in live arena. Like you either delete the enemy team in seconds, just boom, and then they're gone, or you get exposed and you just lose, right? So there's no slow grind, no drawn out fights with bomb squads, just pure explosive fun. All right, let's just roll the first clip here, and get into that bomb team. So over here, we're against a lot of mythical teams. They got Theo and Galathier. A lot of times, these champions are built with resistance. But the good thing about this comp that we're running is Astralith. We will get to Astralith in a second. Actually, puts irresistible bombs, so we don't care about high resistance champions, right? Um, Even if they are really high resistance, they don't really work against this particular team. The only thing that's for sure countering us is the Marichka, so we have to ban that. And then we get into this fight. Of course, we're gonna be faster. Um, for Astralis, you always want to target a unit that has Stone Skin, and then because when you target a unit with Stone Skin, you put the two bombs on them, right? Um, and then when the your debuff spread champion, in this case I use Tyrannarak, goes to spread the debuffs, you don't want Tyrannarak to spread her skill, which gives decreased attack and block debuffs. You want to spread the bombs, so you put it on like a champion who has Stone Skin. So when Tyrannarak does the debuff spread, she's gonna attempt to put her debuffs, but you can't put it on like the Stone Skin, right? So the only debuff that's there is the bombs. So she has no choice but to spread the bombs. And because the bombs are placed by Astralis, um, they are irresistible when she places it. And then when Tyrannarak spread these bombs, the game is essentially reading these bombs as if they were placed by Astralis. So they're all irresistible. And they all have one turn cooldown, because Astralis bombs have one turn cooldown. So that's the beauty of it. And then over here, Lord Shazar, I guess I didn't even need to use this skill. I just go for the decreased bomb duration, and boom, 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 right? That's it. Like, how satisfying is that? Normally against Cheshire Cat, like he's gonna put block damage on himself. He's really hard to one shot. Galathier, we know Galathier, he's very, very hard to one shot. He's gonna do HP balance. He's gonna keep himself alive. Doesn't work against bombs, right? Bombs counters these nasty passives, and that's another reason why people run bomb squad to counter these sort of really OP champions with the nasty passives. Things like Siegfried, things like Nice, the bombs would just kill them like in one go, right? Um, and that's why another reason, like at the higher end, you will see like the really good Siegfried and Nice, they will run like Mercurial or Furo to protect them against bombs, right? So that's the reason. So yeah, that's the bomb squad in a nutshell. When it works, it's great. Let's just take a quick look at the builds. First up is Tyrannarak. Tyrannarak, there's only one thing that really matters. The set does not matter. The stats do not matter, right? The only thing Tyrannarak you're looking for is the speed. Is the speed. Now, because you're running Tyrannarak with the Astralist, you don't even care about accuracy. Like, as long as your speed is correct, you got your booster go first, Astralith go second, Tyrannarak go third. That's all there is to it, right? None of the other stats really matter in this particular comp. Relic does not matter. I just equipped this something that gives this circle gem meter increase effects are 10% more effective on the wearer. Um, Synergize well with your booster, let's say Arbiter, right? Who's gonna boost your team's turn meter, and this one makes it boost a little bit more, 10% more. So yeah, that's the reason. Yeah, this is the skill that you'll care about. Um, Applies the debuff spread effect, taking 2 random debuffs from the target and placing them on all enemies. Now, normally you would be putting decreased attack and block buffs, these 2 debuffs, and you have a chance to spread them, right? However, if Astralith targeted someone with Stone Skin first, and then you use this skill on that Stone Skin target, it's gonna only transfer the bombs and not these debuffs, which you don't want, right? On everybody. Yeah, so that's it. Um, Lots of other champions that do debuff spread. I think Loki does it. Um, there's a Vizier does it. Like lots of other champions, right? Um, so any of them will work. And they, if you're running it with Astralist, they do not even require accuracy, which is great. Mastery doesn't matter. This is for like PVE stuff. So yeah, that's Tyrannarak. Next, let's just take a look at the bombs. Um, so for today, the bomb squad, I have picked three bombers. First one is Lord Shazar. Now, Lord Shazar is a good bomber. However, the only thing that holds him back is his affinity, which is spirit, right? As a spirit affinity bomber, you can't go into magic affinity champions, and a lot of them that you do want to bomb, like Nice, Siegfried, and stuff like that, they're all magic. Even Armans, right? So you really don't want to bring Lord Shazar into those matchups, which is why we have three bombers, right? Um, the only thing Lord Shazar should have is 100% crit. I do realize that I'm actually missing 5% crit for some reason, so a little bit off with the build. But yeah, as a bomber, you want as high attack as possible. Um, Lord Shazar is a off case where you do care about crit rate. Usually, you don't care about this at all. So you want good amount of speed, as high attack as possible, and the other thing you care about is accuracy, as high accuracy as possible. The rest of the stats don't matter, right? In terms of relics, you just want something with the purple slots that you can put gems in, and Zeroth just happens to have 2 circle slots, so you can put this gem. Bomb debuff placed by the wearer deal 10% more damage. Um, that's all you care about, right? Doesn't matter what relic, as long as they have circle slot and you can put this gem in, it's great. Um, like blessing, I just happen to have a randomly a 6-star blessing for Lord Shazar. You don't need 6-star blessing, but since he's got like one of the best arena auras, in arena battle you can boost uh, like speed by 32% base speed. This is one of the better ones. So I just put an intimidating presence, right, on the Lord Shazar. Um, you don't need this. It just makes your whole team go faster. And then the other skills, like if you're running Arbiter, you already have increased attack. So the other one don't really matter. The only thing you care about is this one. As long as you have this booked up to here, you're good to go, right? For the bomb, for the bombs, you don't even need. I guess you could go here, and the cooldown doesn't really matter. It's just one turn. With bomb squads, it's just one turn. Either you take them out or you don't. Yeah. So Lord Shazar there. I don't even have masteries on this champion. Just some crit and some accuracy. The next bomber we have is Nishak. Nishak is one of the better bombers. Again, Lord Shazar, he could self buff and put the bombs at 1 turn cooldown. His drawback is his spirit affinity. Nishak is a force, right? Force is great because a lot of the meta champions are force and magic, and Nishak is gonna be able to apply bombs no problem to those champions. The sets don't really matter. I did put a four-piece pinpoint just because if your bomber turns into a sheep is really annoying, especially for Nishak because of the build I'm gonna explain for a second. But Nishak puts poisons, and if you're a sheep, your poisons do almost no damage, right? So yeah, as high attack as possible. My build is not up to par, of course. Speed is important, accuracy is important. Rest of them don't really matter, right? Um, this is the reason why Nishak has the skill to put, like, after his bomb explodes, he also puts poisons, and these poisons are protected, like they can't be cleansed off. So I put the poison elixir relic with Nishak, instead of somewhat like relic with the circular gemstone to do more bomb damage, because his poison actually does a lot, right? Actually does a lot, and it scales off of attack. And if you have a good blessing, at least 3-star, 5-star is fantastic for lethal dose. His poison is gonna do a lot of damage. Um, yeah, he puts bombs, 2 bombs, and then every time bomb detonates, puts 2 poison debuffs for 2 turns. So yeah, there's bombs and poison. That's why we're running lethal dose. Although I only have 1-star blessing, so not that great. And yeah, that's the relic, right? Why we're running that. And then he can decrease the bomb duration by himself. So it's also 1 turn. Um, the masteries don't make sense. I think this is when I was running him as like a slow solo farmer. Obviously, in arena, this is not the mastery you want to run, but that's what we got, and I'm not about to change that. So yeah, so that's Nishak. And then the last piece is Astralith, right? Astralith, you just want to get it as fast as possible. The sets don't really matter. Um, you want Astralith to be the second fastest after your speed booster, and just before your debuff spread champion, right? Get as high attack as possible, good amount of speed. Don't care about anything else. Don't even need to worry about accuracy because Astrolith bombs are irresistible. So you don't have to worry about anything else. Just speed and attack. That's it. Um, yeah, because he puts 2 bombs that detonates after 1 turn. Debuff cannot be resisted. Is a fantastic champion. Fantastic. And if you're able to put any relic that has circular gemstone, so you can put the bombs. And also I had to put another one of these turn meter increase effects are 10% more effective on my Astralist, just to be able to tune the speed. So when my Arbiter boosts, like both the Tyrannarak and the Astralith are gonna get boosted an equal amount, and Astralith still goes before Tyrannarak, right? Um, so that's the reason. Yeah, anything with 2 circular is great. Um, yeah, so that's Astralith. In terms of the aura, is actually great. It's a 28% speed aura in arena battles. So if your arbiter is gone and you don't have a better speed aura, like 28% is pretty good. And then masteries don't really matter, right? You don't even need masteries for Astralith. It's not important. Yeah, so that's all the bombers, and that's all the key pieces. Let's get into today's battles and see how we do with the bomb squad speed team. We're either gonna win fast or we're gonna lose fast. That's it, I think. So I'm just gonna speed that up. I'm searching for these bomb champions. I never use them, so that Siegfried is usually good. Siegfrieds are built with Firo set, so I ban the Siegfried, right? We speed boost. We put the bombs on a champion with Stone Skin. We transfer that bombs to everybody, and then we do more bombs, and then we explode those bombs. That's it. Look, 119k damage, right? Any champion who's under Stone Skin is gonna take 3 times the usual amount of bomb damage. Um, This is why in like a Stone Skin meta, bombs were so deadly, because they just one shot the champion. It doesn't matter how tanky you can be, 150k HP. If you're under Stone Skin and I put the bombs on you, you're gonna explode, right? It just does 300% more damage. So yeah, over here I think we're against a very typical, Marius. Yeah, very typical team. The last pick is to counter the bombs because this player realized I'm running bomb teams, but he realized a little bit too late. You're supposed to pick 2 bomb counters if you want to counter bombs. He only picked Marichka. We banned the Marichka, of course. And he banned, I think, Nishak. So we still have the Astralith and the Tyrannarak available. And over here, same idea. I even have a lockout, right? Do a lockout, uh, increase attack. Increase attack is very, very important for a bomb squad because this, like your bomb skill off of attack and that 50% increased attack is going to increase your damage. And that damage, I believe, is snapshot, right? Like when you apply the bombs, that's when it counts. So if you apply the bombs with increased attack and then subsequently you lose the increased attack for whatever reason, maybe you got stripped, maybe you just lost it, it ran out, whatever, before the bomb detonate. Like the bombs you place on the enemy is snapshot at the moment that you place the bomb, so you will have increased damage, I believe. Um, so yeah, over here it's gonna increase our damage. We spread the bombs to everybody. Um, Here is a misplay. One of the lesser known interactions with bombs, we know that bombs do 300% extra damage to Stone Skin, champions under Stone Skin, right? What it also does is also does 300% extra damage to champions that's petrification, under petrification. And Fabian has a skill that can petrify. So here, what I should have done is try to petrify the Embrace. If he's petrified, those bombs are going to do significantly more damage. But I didn't. I just A1 there, um, which didn't turn out to be that important for this fight because the Embrace died to 1 bomb, not even 2 bombs. We do enough damage with the bombs anyways because we had an increased attack. But in those niche situations where you might be a little bit short, if you can petrify the target before the bombs go off, your bombs are going to do way more damage. Just a little tip about the how that interaction works, right? Over here, we got our Arbiter taken, and they have a cleanser, right? I'm afraid like the cleanser could be in like Furo build, and if it is, then we're completely screwed, right? So we have to ban the cleanser there. Um, so over here, this one is quite close. Nishak goes. I boost the Nishak, and then Nishak does his thing. Everyone has 1 turn bomb. Now notice the Arbiter has shields. Shields is very effective against bombs because you don't do extra damage to shields, and Arbiter is actually able to survive. This is where the Nishak build is lacking, right? It's just a little bit less. Um, Over here, I don't do the spread because there's no reason to. Um, Over here, I put the True Fear, but this champion, Granite, he can actually cleanse this. He's True Fear. He self cleanses, and he chose the right target, right? Um, the rat is the one who put the bombs, which is snapshots, so killing him doesn't do anything. But the poison does not snapshot. The poison is dependent on the champion. If the champion is here, the poison is going to be amplified by my champion's lethal dose blessing, as well as the poison elixir relic. Now, because Nishak is dead, the poisons are gonna do regular damage. This could be like 20-30k damage if Nishak is alive. However, because he's dead, the poison are only doing 5.6k. So very, very good target selection here by this player. He has to kill the rat. Over there, the Arbiter dies, and then there's still a monkey. Like a monkey is gonna come back. We get a lucky crit. We kill the monkey, but like really, because the poisoner died, like he lives with a sliver of HP. Um, so very, very, very close fight. But I think we're gonna lose this one. Right? Yeah, monkey comes back. He always comes back, and I was thinking of leaving, but I just let him kill. Right? So that's that. Over here, this is the first time I get to meet this champion, the Soul Laner, which I never met before. And this player has many counters to bombs, right? Marichka being one. This triple a 9-piece Mercurial. So the 3 stacks of Total Guard tells me this champion is equipped with 9-piece Mercurial. So that also counters mobs. And then this champion, I believe this champion, if his skill is not on cooldown and we don't have our lockout, so his skills are not gonna be on cooldown, he's immune to all debuffs. You see, I try to do the debuff spread of irresistible bombs. Does not work, right? It transferred here, doesn't work against Mercurial, and doesn't work because of his passive. And because of his passive, he also gained random buffs as well. So this champion counters all debuffs. It's amazing champion. The Mercurial counters all debuffs, and Marichka, which we banned, just straight up counters bombs, right? So yeah, there's very little we can do. We tried to do that, and then he counterattacks, right? Um, at this point, there's nothing else to do. Yeah, there's too many counters to a bomb team. So bomb teams definitely not, one team beats all. Lots and lots of counters. But when it does work, like, it's great, right? Um, so over here, this is another one of these teams. I was looking at the enemy team and thinking, if Hilvi is the one who has like a feral, I would be really sad that I didn't ban the Hilvi. I left the Arbiter in. Um, Otherwise, I would have banned the Arbiter, right? Who is the fastest champion? And we're in like a speed versus speed situation. We want to be faster. Did not get the lockout on Alice. We do a bomb here, and we do a debuff spread, right? So here, because they don't have any stone skin, this debuff spread was actually terrible because it spread, like, again, it's random, but we for sure got unlucky. But we spread the decreased attack and the block debuffs. We didn't spread any bombs, so yeah, it's just terrible. And the Alice, who has True Fear, who got the 35% weak hit, didn't get lockout, did the lockout to us, which, really unfortunate because we just reset our skills. We're hoping to go again, and it's gone, right? We do our HP swap, we try to kill the Arbiter, fall just short. And then over here, again, like, they're just winning the 50-50 and proccing while on the submission. And because we killed someone on the enemy team, that little dwarf passive procced, and he like stunned everybody on my team, right? And I even fall short of killing Arbiter. Just series of unluckiness, and that damage did just enough to kill the. I get a weak hit, of course, like just stack on stack on stack of RNG, right? I think even a little bit of RNG went my way, I think this match would have been okay. But we're just struggling here. Over here, it's still looking good, but what you have to understand is he has a Embrace. Even though Embrace is dead, those ticks still happen. And over here, you see I have continuous heal on my Tyrannarak, 2 stacks of continuous heal. It's very important to note that the necrosis procs before the continuous heal. I wish it was the other way around, but this necrosis is gonna hit us first, and it's gonna do damage. So we're not gonna be able to heal. Like, yeah, it did 7k. If it didn't do enough, we're gonna heal back, and we're great, right? We're golden. But no, necrosis is gonna proc first, and with more champions dead, the necrosis is gonna take for more damage. So yeah, 13k damage there, and we lose this fight. Um, yeah, so sometimes the bombs just fall a little bit short, right? Over here, I'm thinking of which one to ban. The 6-star temporal chain is a little bit scary, so I banned the Fabian, and we're just hoping the Noel is not built in the video that I had shown before, right? How to build Noel properly to counter bombs. And it's not built that way. So we are very happy here. We do the irresistible bomb, we spread a bomb, and then we just detonate, right? Yeah, like how great of a feeling is that? If it works, like this is what you can expect with bomb teams. It works like that. Isn't that fantastic? Um, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, right? And if it works, it's just the best. So yeah, that's it. That's it for this live arena session where we tested out one of the bread and butter like vanilla team comps, one sub team comp of speed teams. That is the bomb squad. Of course, you know the bomb squad. The best champion is that mythical Cometus. If you have that, you have the best bomber, right, in the whole game. Um, if you don't, let me know. What are you guys running bomb teams? Are you having success? How are you setting them up? I know a lot of people run bomb teams with the champion that does increase accuracy. Those are very important to beat like these high resistance teams. I know like Lady Mikage and Lady Kimmy are some of the choices that people usually use. In terms of bombers, I know like yeah, Commodus is the best. I think um, Gaius is okay, but his bombs are 2 turns, and like ideally you want bombs that's 1 turn, right? So immediately when the enemy takes a turn, they detonate. Um, Lord Shazar is great, Nishak's great, Astralith is great. Um, how are you guys doing with the bomb teams? Is that working out okay for you or not? Let me know. Okay, that's it for today. I will see you on the next one. Okay, bye bye.